In this lesson, we will study the infrared sensor module and try controlling it with a remote control. An infrared sensor is a device designed to receive signal from the remote control using infrared rays that are not visible to the human eye. Using this technology, you can control various devices at a distance. For example, TVs, air conditioners, audio systems, Arduino controllers, etc. The remote control works on the principle of transmitting infrared signals. When we press the button, the transmitter diode emits light in the infrared range. This signal is sent to a receiver diode, which processes it and performs the appropriate actions, such as turning the device on or off, adjusting the volume, etc. In our case, an infrared sensor is installed on the board, which operates at a frequency of 38 kHz. Most household IR remotes work at this frequency. The receiving distance is up to 8 meters, depending on external factors. The board has a resistor and an LED to indicate the reception of data. They are connected as follows. The module has 3 pin connectors: VCC, supply voltage, from 2.7 to 5.8 volts. G&D, the ground contact. And data, which is an analog output signal. Let's now move on to practice. Let's try to connect the IR sensor to Arduino and write a command to receive a signal from the remote control. Let's start connecting. First of all, connect the IR receiver itself. For this, the VCC output of the module is connected to 5 volts of the power supply, or Arduino, G&D to ground, and data to the D2 port of Arduino. Later, you can change this pin to any Arduino pin by specifying the desired pin in the program code. Now let's try to connect an LCD display to Arduino to display the data that the IR sensor will receive. For that, we connect the VCC output to 5 volts from the power supply module, G&D to ground, and install jumpers on the SDA and SCL outputs. Do not forget that they are connected to terminals A4 and A5 of Arduino. Now don't forget to power up Arduino itself. Take plus 6.5 volts from the power supply module, these are the VOUT pins, and connect to the Arduino VIN pins. We also connect G&D to G&D. Everything is ready. Now open the Arduino program and write the commands. Include the library to work with the I2C bus. Include the library to work with the IR remote control. Include the library to work with the LCD screen. Pin for IR receiver. An object to work with the infrared remote control. Results of decoding the code of the IR remote control. Object to work with LCD screen. Set the speed of the serial port. Turn on the reception of IR signals. Initialize LCD screen. Turn on the backlight of the LCD screen. Check if the code from the IR remote came. Output the code to the console in hexadecimal format. Clear LCD screen. Display code 0x on the LCD. Output the code itself in hexadecimal format. Prepare IR receiver for the next code. The sketch is ready. Save the sketch as scan.ik. Now we should connect the power supply, turn on the device, as well as check the connection of Arduino with the computer in the Tools and Port tab. Now let's run the code. This code uses the IR remote library to receive and decode IR radiation. It then outputs the IR code value in hexadecimal format to the port monitor and LCD screen. After downloading, press the buttons on the remote control to see the codes of IR radiation. Using this data, we can assign the right button to different tasks in the code for other projects. Everything is working. Let's save the codes of the buttons we need in the notepad. For this, open the port monitor and press the needed buttons. We need the buttons 2, 4, 6, and 0. Then, copy the codes so that we can use them later. Great! Now we know what IR code the IR sensor module receives when we press a certain button on the remote. Let's now try something more interesting. Let's run a simple game in Arduino and control it with an IR remote control. Thus, we will see in practice how to use the IR sensor module for game controls. For that, load the sketch Game IoT. You can download the sketch in the lesson materials. After we have opened the sketch, we must configure it, i.e., bind the necessary codes of the remote control buttons to it. To do that, open the previously saved notepad, copy the necessary codes from there, and paste them into the sketch, as shown in the video. Everything is ready. Let's run our game. The rules of the game are simple. Your character automatically runs forward and you have to jump to avoid obstacles. The goal of the game is to survive as long as possible while avoiding obstacles and collect as many points as possible. The character controls are the following. To jump, press the 2 button. To move forward, press 6. And to move backwards, press 4. If you lose, to start a new game, press the 0 button. Congratulations! You have learned all the basic principles of operation of the infrared sensor module.